Welcome, friends. It's me, Suits. And of course, today we're continuing this full moon partial eclipse that we can't see, but sure as hell people are feeling it. And we're going to discuss that today. But I'm going to give people a minute to arrive and an opportunity to be present and let the same music play that we worked with yesterday during the afternoon meditation. Hi, Dan. How are you? Give everybody a few minutes. Anyhow, I did a midnight reading last night, Dan, and I read out of a book called Dharma by Dr. Laurel Clark Fuller. And believe it or not, she's connected with a group from here in Missouri. So when I refer to the prophetic destiny in Missouri, there's a lot of people that I've spoken about on this journey that come from our great divided state where we say, show me what's going on. And somehow I get to be the poster child, one of the many that put their necks out. Now, I've been attacked twice today so far, and that's cool. But today what we're going to talk about is these poor traumatized children, the damage that's been done to them, and it's through these political agendas. And it's through different things that are going on that are so wicked to speak about. Most people want to puke. But of course, people are realizing it now. So I'm going to give myself a minute to collect my thoughts. What's up, Kim? Oh. So we read out of two books. Dr. Laurel Fuller Clark's, or Clark Fuller, she's my friend on Facebook. Dharma. What that is that your mission that you give back to the world. And of course, when we talk about right livelihood, which has been extinguished by these dark forces, we're talking about doing something good that gives back to either your client, your community, or your world. Take your choice. But no more nefarious actions. And they really are directed at the young, the elderly, and the weak. Now, even people you think that are at the prime of their lives, they aren't as healthy as we were 30 years ago. Kind of obvious, but that's alright. Okay, now, seriously. The other book was the Secret Sayings of Jesus. And it got pretty intense, so that's up there if anybody wants to double back. It's also on YouTube, and earlier today when I live streamed it to YouTube, I created the timestamp, so you'll have the timeline, the tags, and everything that happened. I do want to really give a tremendous thank you at this point to my high school friends from Lutheran High School North here in St. Louis, Missouri. And like I said, we grew up together as teenagers. We were the traumatized children of the desegregation of 1974. So when I have a child come to me that I have befriended that is black and tell me I'm prejudiced, oh, I'll definitely do a show and put out major healing energy to this child. So, that's what I'm here to do. Okay. Now, of course, for those of you that don't know or like to talk about it behind closed doors or at a bar, let's keep in mind that for years, long before this little girl was born, Miss Kenedra Woods of the Cheetah Movement, I was full well knowing that I was no different than Steve Martin. And we're the same I'm a poor black child. Comes from the movie The Jerk, little girl. So you better get a copy of that movie and get to watching it because his black family loved him. And he didn't even know he was black or white because he really believed he was black. Okay? It's no different than being a cookie baby. And then you want to have a war with me about color of the skin? Girl, you don't even want to unleash the wrath of a redhead. Seriously. That went through the desegregation movement and chose to stay in North County and loves my black brothers and sisters, and you come telling me I'm prejudiced. And you want me to apologize to you. It's not going to happen, my dear friend. So, I have already unfriended you. Remember, I told you when you came to me and sought my friendship that there were no secrets on this computer, and everything that you do and everything that you feel registers in this machine, and it is not my fault. I didn't make the computer. All I did was play the game by the rules, stay loving, grounded, focused, and enter in my witness. So like I was saying, under the Fair Use Act of 1976, I will use every word that you have spoken to me to criticize, to teach, to do investigative journalism with, and spiritual research. That's what I do. And like I told you, I catch bad guys too. So we're going to go over your timeline, but first I'm going to read your piss-ass comments that you just sent to me. Then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send it to every one of my black brothers and sisters and warn them about this war, because you will not separate me from my spiritual family. And hey, my spiritual family is all different colors and flavors. So don't try to go getting the LGBT community against me either. I have gay friends that I love. Blow me sideways. And I'm very concerned about you being involved with this gun movement. Why? Well, because as being a policeman's daughter that was almost shot twice growing up, I full well know the importance of gun safety. Now, considering your background, which you have made public, you have been traumatized and abused, and no doubt you have seen much gun violence here in the ghetto where I've lived my whole damn life. Don't play with me, little girl. I grew up in Moline Acres, and I told you that when I met you. I drove to your house on Chambers Road in the ghetto, where I live too, and sat down with your family and hung out for a couple hours. Remember? I'm the girl that, even though you were connected with the dark side of this Presley psyop, which is a program, an algorithm plug-in program. Remember? Well, amazing, you're friends with Robert Woods, the famous actor, who is Skutnik Michael's friend. I full well acknowledged you as an actress, but see, I'm an actress too, come to find out. But I'm honest. Now, a lot of people get it twisted, and when they become actors, it fragments their personality even more. Now, you started out clean in this. You wanted to help teenagers because you were cutting yourself so much that you wanted to die and tried to end your precious fucking life. Now look, you think I'm prejudiced talking about that? My white daughter, Chelsea Desiree Pratt. So sorry, guys. I had the other thing turned down. I didn't mean for that to happen. My apologies. Anyhow, my oldest daughter, Chelsea Desiree Pratt, Bill Russell, my fine friend, God bless you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm dealing with a heavy subject, and it's really important that my Lutheran North friends are here. Um, I befriended a young black girl by the name of Kenedra Woods. She runs the Cheetah movement here in North St. Louis County. She's been so hurt, Bill. I mean, she was cutting herself and wanted to die. And like I was saying, my oldest daughter had went through that very thing. But Kenedra thinks I'm prejudiced because I said that I'm a poor black child too. Bill Russell, I had to tell her. That's a line from the movie The Jerk. Remember Steve Martin? The black family adopted him and took him in, and he loved him and they loved him. And he was violently offended when he found out he was white. Remember that movie? We all loved it. Bernadette Peters. He found his special purpose when he made love. Remember? So, unfortunately, I'm here to document the series of events because this little girl is dangerous and she's harassing me, and they've got her in these political movements, and you know I'm not going to take no shit. Now, last night on my live stream, she came in and was speaking out of the context, and I now acknowledge that and call it out as what I call the script. So, when Miss Woods sought out my friendship and I accepted it and embraced her, the first big talk she wanted to have with me was a live stream. And I had no clue that I was getting pulled into that. And it was a whole conversation about sexuality. And if it's okay to be naked, and if it's okay to be gay, and if it's okay to be bisexual, and if it's okay to have multiple partners. And this is what I was dealing with. Serena Daly. Oh, my little sweetheart. God love you. Serena is your peer, Miss Kenedra. And this young woman refuses to engage in prejudice either. Hey, Serena, can you believe I got a teenage black kid calling me prejudiced? And I told her that I was a poor black child too and came from the ghetto. And she doesn't know about the movie The Jerk. You know, with Steve Martin. I'm sure you watched that when you was a baby. Good Lord, how old are you now? I think you're 22 or 23. I think you're Lauren's age. Hey, Serena. So, you know these people that they don't even know it, man. The next thing you know, they're getting trafficked or prostituted or pimped out or getting their organs cut out or Lord knows what happens. Well, see, that's why Lauren quit talking to me. Because, of course, I told her the business she was in is connected to the other business, and even if she's not trying to do that, she's supporting it. Kind of like this little Kenedra Woods is supporting all sorts of political movements, and she has no clue. And that's why you have to say, Lord, forgive her, for she knows not what she does. Billy Cox, my friend from Illinois, how you doing, sir? We're having a serious dialogue and witnessing to what these children have been put through. And oh yeah, does everybody know that so many of these transgender people were forced into it, or they were abused so young that it got all twisted up in their heads before they should have ever been getting jiggy with anybody. Now, in the meantime, guess how high those suicide rates are? They're easily as high as the great human beings that have to come back from a war where their orders do not exempt them from slaying innocent men, women, and children. Yeah, piss me off. Okay, so What I want to do now is I want to take you to the message that this poor child just sent me after she had been in a live stream last night where 6 out of 7 of my alumni from Lutheran High School North, right here on the outskirts of Ferguson, 6 out of 7 are black. And they all know that I have never been prejudiced. The first hair shop I worked in was an all-black salon in Moline Acres. I don't look at the color of skin, I look at the texture of hair, bitch. And you come to me. Now I'm a busy woman, and I do serious work online. And see this program, they play on our sympathy. So they have our own children abuse us with what we were abused with as children? Oh no. No, 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 no. Mama's not gonna have it. Bunch of bullshit. I call it bullshit. And she's gonna wonder why I unfriended her. Because when she had that talk with sexuality that I'm not comfortable with, I'm a straight heterosexual female that has never had a lesbian experience. I'm a 54-year-old woman that has had many loving relationships, and I control my orgasm. I don't need a machine or a man to dictate to me how I feel about my body, and I'm not talking about playing with myself. I am talking about the feelings that arise in us as spiritual beings having a human experience, and yes, we have animal instincts. Is that okay? Because if it's not, the transhuman agenda is perfect for you. They will twist you up so hard, and the next thing you know, poof, nobody will be reproducing. Why? Because nobody knows if it's a boy in a dress or a girl with a penis. And if you ask me, girls with penis don't have sperms. And boys that turn their penises into vaginas would probably run the risk of great injury making love with another man with a bigger penis than the one he cut off and flipped inside out. I mean, somebody should explain it to me. I've got medical books upstairs. I've had sex with many men. And you know what? It's okay to be straight. I mean, hey, Kenedra, let me tell you a traumatic story. When I first got married to Dopey the Turnip, and I was pregnant with his child, oh, there was a gal that wanted to get down with me. She was a client named Cassie, and she was an airline stewardess, and her boyfriend was Todd, and I did their hair. And oh, my ex-husband, Dopey the Turnip, he thought Cassie was hot, and they used to sniff cocaine. No, I don't like cocaine. Yes, I was pregnant. No, I didn't do any. You know what I did do, though, you little girl? I played dead. Like I was sleeping. I'm famous for that. And I listen to every word that gets said. And then I make my choice. And I do not turn back. I get the facts. Well, anyhow, this girl thought I needed to get out of the house, take me to a movie. And I had toxemia, which is high blood pressure, during pregnancy. Guess what movie she took me to see, little girl? Yeah. The one, with what's-her-face, and it is called Fatal Attraction. Well, in this movie, the gal wants to kill the other gal because she wants to, do her dude or some shit. I didn't watch that movie. Are you kidding? I walked right out of there. And I will walk right out of realities where anybody's stuck and you are stuck. And I have warned you and tried to help you to get unstuck. Hi, Marissa. How you doing? We're talking about traumatized children. And I just had a traumatized youth that I have given life and love to for a year and a half. Just call me Prejudice. Because I said that I am a poor black child. And I was referring, as many of us should know, we're all slaves, to the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin. You remember that movie? A black family adopted him. He was white, and he didn't even know he was white, even though he looked in the damn mirror. And I am a poor black child. And I've been saying it since I was a teenager. And what I'm trying to relate to the world is the class in 1982 at Lutheran High School North in St. Louis, Missouri loved each other. And we were a family. And it wasn't a Bible-thumping family. It was a spiritual family that knew they had a spark of God in them. And all of them know I'm not prejudiced. 6 out of 7 on the live stream last night are black. One of them's here today. And these people know the truth about me because I've never left North County. So if anybody wants to call me prejudiced or say I'm against whatever community that is alternative, oh no, it's not the truth. I have friends in every one of them. And I was brought here online to serve the community. They recruited me. And the people in the know it. The reason why I'm clean is because I never kissed ass, rolled over, took it in the ass, or signed a government disclosure of secrecy. I am in no political agenda, no religious agenda. I keep trying to share you guys how these things are all interconnected. It's hurting all of our babies. My own kids have been hurt by this. Yes, I have a 33-year-old, a 23-year-old, and an 18-year-old. And they've all been traumatized. They've all been abused. And none of them by me or their dad. And you people want to blame the parents. Y'all should be fucking ashamed. Oh no, because there's an agenda taking your kids. And for all y'all in the movement that don't respect your peers, see, when you do life charting, the great crisis years are between 33 and 49. That's when you're supposed to burn the dross out of your false ego and heal your inner child and get ready for the biggest years of community service that you will face in your 50s, and I'm 54, so blow me sideways. If you're between 33 and 49 and you've got hidden traumas, and I come to help you and give you my love, and you laugh at me in the face and shit on me, and you think I'll be quiet and roll over because they want me dead? You don't get it. Even if you kill my body, I will be alive. Just like the Green Knight. He told that fat king in his lazy court, hey, you're bored? You want some fucking entertainment? Cut my head off. But if I speak after you cut my head off, then I get to cut your head off. Great movie. Sean Connery. Smoking hot, sexy, hard body, flowing hair, green glitter. Ugh. Now, I lost a lot of respect for Sean Connery when I found out that in regard to beating women, He said, Barbara Walters interviewed him. He said, Barbara, you only hit them with an open hand. And I was like, hey, Green Knight, fucking you gotta play the game, blow me sideways. But I'm not mad at Sean Connery, mind you. That was his role on the great stage of life when he was acting out the movie. I don't know if he really feels like that or not. For anybody that hasn't got the memo, the biggest jackass of them all is Forrest Gump. So see, right from the go, they hide it behind a disability and then say, oh, boo-boo kitty, I'm sorry. Janet Jackson Brand. Hi. I'm glad you're here. So, anyhow, I'm on a roll, sister. And I'm trying to explain to people, you were there, so I can say confirmation of spirit. My friend Janet Jackson and I went to Gibson Elementary School together, located on Chambers Road in Riverview Gardens. In 1974, a vicious plot was unleashed on my black brothers and sisters, as well as on my white brothers and sisters. It was called forced desegregation. Let me tell you what they did. Here I live on the war line, which would be Chambers Road, Hereford, Airport. 3 names of a street in 3 different socioeconomic areas. So if you grew up in Riverview Gardens, where Janet and I did, Kathy Shy, welcome. So if you grew up in Riverview Gardens, going east from the big yellow house, Riverview Gardens was one of the first districts that they forced desegregation on us. We were in 5th grade. That happens to be the age where you realize you're a part of the great big world and you must participate in it. Now, the next school would be located here, going west on Airport Road, and that was the Berkeley School District. Berkeley would be directly connected to Ferguson. Now, as well, they also desegregated the Kinloch School District, which is extinct now because, see, they wanted to target that specific area, and Kinloch got burnt down. There's a few houses around there, but they don't have addresses, they don't have street lights, and they don't have daggum fucking street signs either. And it's right backing up to Molly's farm at Earth Dance Organic Farm, God love her. Oh, and the fancy 501, where all the TIF money is. So, you want to talk about a war zone that's close to my heart? I will bring it. So, you see what happened is Gibson closed down that very year at the end of the school year. And we were bused to another school in the Riverview Gardens School District by the name of Danforth, which was on St. Cyr. There were so many kids there. Nobody knew each other. I mean, we did, but we were separated in 3 6th grades. All of my friends that I had grown up with since kindergarten were cast to the wind. And in there, of course, too, they had mixed new people that were black, and they felt completely isolated and traumatized. I remember I was there. So if any punk-ass little kid that's involved with the guns issues and the LGTGB flipping bullshit, 31 flavors of nonsense, and all the trauma and the pedophilia and the child trafficking, this child is a victim. But that doesn't mean I'm her bitch. I will not be her victim. I will be her champion. Let's read the message from the child. She doesn't like me calling her a baby. I don't give a fuck what she likes. I don't like her attitude. Put up with it non-stop. I haven't talked to her in 5 or 6 months. And she comes in my live stream last night. Oh, yeah, we'll read that next. All documentation of evidence. Alright. So earlier, let me just take my glasses off. Earlier, at 2:41 p.m., Kenedra Woods. Oh,
It is
yeah, we should have the
4:44 as I live
actual
stream this
evidence.
to YouTube.
Did I ever mention I'm a cop's kid? And you know what? This is who I am naturally because I was mentally abused and physically experimented on. So don't you dare come to me and try to give me your mind virus or your parasite. Suze, I know you think what you said to me earlier was
Okay, now
okay,
we're
but it
gonna
was not.
glitch.
It was
I'm gonna
downright
get a
racist
yellow
and
bar
unnecessary. You
and I'll
said
come
something along the
back.
lines of my black ghetto child, and you continue to smile about it. That's cold.
Right, so I get my yellow bar that says low connection, which illustrates and confirms spirit that someone was trying to stop that message. That's how important this is. And we all know about it in this community. So
Full of powers and
remember, they want to
principalities,
separate
I
us.
cast these demons to a place where they can harm no one anymore. Mother Earth, Father Sky, Father God, none of it. These these plugins, these plasma beams, free energy, which we know is electricity. Thank you for the green stream again. Now
Tag
be
it.
calm. Suze, I know what you think you said to me was okay, but it's not. It was downright racist and unnecessary. You said something in the lines of my black ghetto child and you continue to smile about it. That's cold. Would you want somebody to introduce you as Suze, my white racist friend? No, you wouldn't, so I won't. So I would like an apology from you. I didn't do anything wrong. And bring me your other white friends that have loved you this much and brought you into their life and their home and taken the time and shown you the courtesy. Bring me that white person. Show me the evidence. Because they're not there. I've checked out your friend list.
Just like I do
Now here's what I
everybody.
said. I have a documented history of the complete opposite through my black brothers and sisters from Lutheran High School North that were on this very live stream. 6 out of 7 are not white. I myself am a poor black child, as I have explained to you, as well as bringing the truth into the light by my choice of befriending you. The very programs and illusions you help other young folks may still be controlling you. Please be careful and
Wait till
turn
you
from
see
these
what
hateful
happens
comments.
next.
And she gives me all in capital letters. You are not black. And then she says, why are you not admitting you're wrong and apologizing? That was not okay. Now, what she's done is cleared my nickname. So that means from the first time she talked to me with those perverted comments, she had a name on me. And I'm going now up to April 20th, 2017 at 10:20 in the morning. And Kenedra wants to know whose picture is whose picture is she seeing? And I said that's Lauren, my daughter, after getting her wisdom teeth out. She's a goofball to begin with. Currently, she is yelling at me on her messenger, ha ha. This is my daughter that hasn't talked to me for a year and a half. Because when you're indoctrinated into a cult, that's a CULT.
A
The
gang
first thing they do is separate
dealing with
you from your
fraud.
family.
And all sorts of
So
other
her
nefarious
and my
acts.
oldest daughter refused to speak to me. So it's not going to be a great
Yes, she's a
tragedy,
felon.
Kendra,
She
to
left it all
not
in her
speak with
mama's
you any
name.
longer. I've had to let go of my own family because they were always
Oh,
harassing me, and
evidence?
through their
Sure.
own ignorance and through their own trauma, they found it prudent to attack me. And since I got it pretty hard, I refuse to engage it. And that's why a lot of people think I'm cold, because I didn't put up with the trauma and the abuse. The very people who claim me to be their family that abuse me with a smile on their face and hatred in their heart. I'd really be better off without those kind of people, and I'm much better off. Alright, so I reply to Kanidra's story, and she wants me to come pick her up. Now, I had already went over to her house on Chambers Road, located right next to the very first church
This is
that I
Lauren
chose
Nicole
to go to where I
Pratt's
was
mail.
baptized.
Let it be entered into
Where I
evidence.
had myself baptized.
I don't
at age
have her
12.
address. I'm not allowed to have
Well,
it. And her
I
father
went out
knows her
there
address, yes.
with all the brothers and sisters and mom and everybody looking at me and her teasing me and it being loud and crazy.
We'll just
and
go
I
ahead and
came
run
there to
these
communicate
through.
sincerely. And I was just played with. And then the dirty phone call. And you did not have my permission to live stream that. And I know legally you can do that. We both live in Missouri. So you purposely and with malice intent staged a harassment dance where you and your fucking punk ass friends put me on the line for entertainment purposes. And that's pathetic. That's actually parasitic. That's like energy vampires. That's the people that feed off of one another. And that's what's ruining this entire
Lauren
world.
hasn't lived
And I
here
know
since she
you're a
was
victim of it.
19.
But you are also a bully.
3 years. And she was at her
That's not
father's
cool.
address as an adult.
Alright. And I told her. She always was wanting me to come pick her up. I said, I don't even have a damn car, kid. If you get over here, I can hook a little sister up. Is what I extend to her. As far as a courtesy and wanting to help a kid. That's why people laugh at me for being friends with people I don't know on Facebook. And you want me to think that the people that show me their fake body and their fake face are any truer than the other people? That's kindergarten. Alright, so I send her a video of Adam, and now this is May 25th, 2017. Here's what she sends me. Oh, look, I didn't even know back then that Melissa Southard of
Marissa.
the St. Louis
Marissa.
Awakening Project
Marissa. It was on the live stream.
well, and also back
That
the
one.
political agenda. The same one. Southard Art Studios and Cheetah Movement. And this is from 2017 before I knew Marissa.
Oh, and Lauren
And
is
Kenedra
black too, and all her friends
was
know it.
directly
They will
connected
witness to
Robert
that.
Woods and S.K. Michael.
She don't even
and I
like
knew them
white
before I knew
people.
her.
My own
Seed
daughter's
seed.
prejudiced of white
It's like
people.
I told you, it's a war. And they
And
don't
she's
care
white.
about the humans anymore. And hey, Marissa, keep in mind, when I befriended you, and I went out to Foss Park, and I took everything, hoping to really have found a network of females that actually cared about each other. And you guys photographed all of my stuff, including the sacred scarab and the stone,
You better believe it.
the meteorite, one of a kind. Now,
Let me
see,
get it real quick.
I know those pictures that were made public the minute I published them the first time. But where this is going to get dirty and ugly
No. Shh.
is if you guys try to use those images while at the same
It's
time
me.
whitewashing me. Because when you shared your pictures from Foss Park, not one picture of me or my art shows on your webpage. And now you guys don't have enough money to run the St. Louis Awakening Project, and you guys are begging money from people to go to other states so you can photograph militant, angry women that you ride on with an eyeliner while you break the rules and regulations, the sanitization and sterilization laws of State Board, but that's okay because you're not a hairdresser. No wonder you're so involved in Ferguson politics. And I was wondering, Marissa, do you think it's going to wash out that the reason why you were such a saint and cleaned up Andy Worm during the protests is because you were paid by Soros? No wonder you didn't show up on July 26th, which you made that contract, which was
Verbal agreement
and you had
that
two
she
young
proposed,
women,
not me.
both stuck in the military. Do your social media and take those pictures and befriend me while you sat in your other corner with your militant friends. Good thing I didn't show up, huh? To Chesterfield Mall. To a vacant mall. I mean, because, really? You guys were prejudiced against me from the start. Because I'm not a man-hater. And because I'm just a regular-sized, average girl. Trying to make her honest way. While you people rip people off and run agendas. No wonder there's no small business. You don't even really have good composition in your photographs, girl. Oh wait, your dude's a photographer too, that's right. And hey, quit demasculinizing your man. And I don't know why you hate men, but just keep in mind, these angry women that you very well now promote
Like Cori
in
Bush,
government, these women were actually abused,
Hillary
and that's why
Clinton.
they abuse kids. And that's probably why they're fat and angry. 6/27, or 6 June, the 2nd of June, 2017, a Heart of Hope book released.
This is when she was in Texas. Like I said, this girl is a felon
books will be available for sale.
and involved in a gang that she was forced to be in.
RSVPASAP spaces limit.
And I don't blame the people that
Hey, Marissa,
indoctrinated her because they're black.
Is
Everybody's
that
a
why you put friend
victim.
requests
So
in
this
me
isn't about
because
prejudice.
you and my little black
This is
daughter
about separating us,
were hating on me and
fools.
plotting and planning for the last fucking year? You better run out of St. Louis real quick. Did I mention that technology is 150 years more advanced than you trifling bitches will ever know? Every video I post, every word I speak, every sentence I type, they pick up, they check it out. And oh yeah, there's good, strong, real men in all levels of government, all military, all police, all firemen, all service industries. How dare you? And you want to think a bunch of soft,
This
fluffy,
was not
button-up
sealed,
vatos in suits
so we
that are wearing
opened
thick
it.
skins
We unfolded
are
it.
going to hit the self-destruct button on us before we call you out? Just remember, when you psychopaths hit that self-destruct button, you're doing it to your very own. Wake up. Do Do y'all know we're the last life form that actually reproduces because of a love energy, you psycho fucks? That's why all the spooky stories about all these extraterrestrial races, they lost the ability to reproduce because they were cold-hearted reptilians. Yeah, those fake royal families, and they talk to you about reptilians or reptilians in government or reptilians in Hollywood. Don't you get it? It's a metaphor for this false skin that we wear. But I gotta give you the memo, man. Your insides show on the outside now, so that's your true skin. Now come to the outside. And so for any of you that are hiding fake skin, think about all the festering and infection and fucking grossness that is manifesting right under the surface in all y'all right now. And that's why y'all are attacking today. Did I ever mention that you offend my spirit, and you offend Mother Nature, and you offend this entire world with your trifling actions?
I've been waiting to have fun with this for so long. I got a surprise for you when we take
I
intermission.
gotta have a little break. I think that I'd rather see this face. Because our truth is marching on. This is posted by TV Walker. And oh yeah, did I mention that they do these biometrics and these layers of images over the real image, kind of like the fake skin, remember? And so they showed me how all this is done a fucking year ago. It's also going to connect Trump, JFK Jr., and the Elvis algorithm
3 years.
program.
And they mock it
I'm stepping away.
to make me look dirty and tag her to me.
God bless us
And she's
all.
nowhere near me. I've had the feds come to my house with guns drawn, looking for her. Oh yeah, it's true. People are usually too embarrassed to say that about their child. That's the truth. You know, you do it because of your family. You do it because of blood ties. You do it because of oaths and contracts. You do it because of indoctrination and abuse. You do it because of conditioning. You do it because of the mind control programs. I mean, there's a million excuses.
You're
And this whole...
beautiful. All your fragmented pieces coming into this one. I want to see you at the front daggum door.
It's
I
true.
don't care if you're 10,000 years old. I love you. Come on. Hurry your happy ass up.
Hey, who is that?
Because our truth is going to march on.
Hey, Mr.
Nothing
Biometrics.
stops this.
Which face did you use at this exact second? And what happened to that big doppelganger dude? They said, Lisa Marie says, he weighed 350 tubby pounds at the end. And we know about that story. It was the dead dude, remember? Out in the pool house that nobody knew about. Tag it.
Say he was just the king of rock and roll and pull the religious Bible thumping card and the freak show card and the underage kid card and the sexuality card and the devil card and the God card. Oh, and the Graceland rip you off and screw you blind card. And the Enquirer's brand new article from fake Lisa Marie and fake Priscilla. And it's all about the money. They're taking it all.
Right.
Oh, I don't think they are. I think they got other... I think number one's got other plans on the table. The International Man of Mystery. Mr. Computer Head. AKA Adam, number one. And hey,
Let me
write
get
this
my
down.
bell.
Adam spelled with an E.
Oh, no, where's the
A-D-E-M Presley. Dang.
Shoot.
Y'all want to think Elvis didn't have a son. How fucking stupid. The king always has heirs.
Yeah,
AD 454.
fucking
Have
right.
some respect.
Truth is marching on.
That's right. Tell him. Tell him, Adam. Boy, and you don't want to piss Santa Claus off when it comes to the little children.
You know,
He will fuck
Satan,
you up.
remember? The indoctrination, the religion, the blood sacrifice, the stealing of children, the materialism,
Oh,
the
yeah.
holiday.
Did I mention that satellite tour was not what you think it is?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all coming out. Good luck to him. I knew this was the story. Oh, here's Lady Di. Yeah, we all got that note. We all know what happened, and everybody loved her. Alright. I need to get back to my page.
And these psychopaths still
Now,
think they run the world?
let's go to
And
my
they're not
live
even the
stream
real
last
royal
night.
family? Fuck that. Good riddance to old rubbish.
Alright, let me turn my music down. Okay, so let's go over this video, shall we? I got my timestamp right here. That's what I was working on this morning. It's after midnight.
It's actually 5:05 p.m.
Leslie.
now.
Hi, sweetheart. I got a heavy live stream going on. You remember last night in the live stream, I introduced y'all to my little friend and I called her my black baby. I love her like a daughter. Her name is Kenedra Woods, and she runs the Cheetah Movement, Leslie. Now, this little girl, look, look at Leslie, look, Leslie, I'm talking to you there, and I'm talking to you here. I'm
Phenomenon
always
progress.
talking to you. Alright, so anyhow, my little baby, Kenedra Woods, that runs this Cheetah Movement, she'd been abused by her own family so bad that she was cutting herself and wanted to kill herself. So she turns it around, and she goes on to help these other kids. That's the story. Well, guess what she did to me this morning? I mean, it's on the live stream. You just go back and find it, and I'll be uploading it to YouTube and make a timestamp, and I gotta get some other people, too. There's major war today. And we are praying for these children because they're getting so taken advantage of by these political systems and what they're doing to these children. Trafficking them, targeting them, molesting them, abusing them, making them choose between 31 different ways of being a boy and a girl, Leslie.
And eating
Fucking
them.
sick of it.
Ripping their
Well,
organs
anyhow,
out.
She told me, girl,
Taking
that
their
I was
hair.
prejudiced. And I tried to tell her that I'm a poor black child, too. You remember the Steve Martin movie, and Steve Martin didn't know he was white because he loved his black family? That's how we all were at Luther North. Next thing you know, Kenedra Woods would tell me that I don't know nothing about Tammy and Patrick's love story. Oh, and guess what else? This little girl comes to find out she's connected to that deceitful woman, Marissa Southwards, at the St. Louis Awakening Project that took me for a ride and called
Tag
me,
it.
you know, a fool, as they were reeling me in. And I'm not supposed to talk about that either. And these two bitches were hooked up in 2017. And they all want to be my friends. And I trust them and befriend them, Leslie, just like you know me to do.
And then they laugh at me
And they
saying
think
they
I'm a
love
fool.
me as they drive
And I
away.
won't speak up. But anyhow, I told her, Leslie, that 6 out of 7 of the Lutheran Northers on the live stream last night are black. And she's wanting to call me Prejudice, Leslie. Lord, forgive her. She doesn't know what she does. Right?
Right.
These are the days. And then surely I pissed a whole bunch of demons and archons off last night reading out of the Gospel of Thomas and talking about our mission and Dharma and what we give back to our Creator God. And they want to get pissed off at a redhead. I don't think so. Alright, I'm going to jump into this. Okay, let's get Kanidra's comments up. I want all the real-time comments.
Watch how
All
sinister
comments.
this is.
Oh no, Kanidra had a bunch of comments. So she's involved pretty deep then in this hacking. Because if she can just make them go away, then she's in more trouble than I thought. Okay, so here we go. We can see Stephanie, me, Leslie, Martin Zodette, Brandon Whalen, Leslie, Jen, Leslie, and Tracy. Oh, Kanidra's a computer hacker too, because she's in this political movement, this hive mind nonsense. It's destroying our communities because all of a sudden her comments aren't there. And she removed my nickname from her conversations, and she's been giving me trouble ever since the day I told her that I accept her and love her.
And I
And
represent
yeah, I
myself.
befriended her today.
Pro se.
Alright,
We the people.
alright. Hey, I wonder if that little pain in my ass will think I'm prejudiced for liking this.
Who cares?
I'll just show you the picture. I mean, I don't want to get a copyright strike or get in trouble with the computer gods. And I don't like McDonald's. And I'm going to tell McDonald's that I don't like them. And yes, I did work there. And yes, I know the story behind the scenes. Here comes Mike Tyson. And you know he's got a headache because somebody tattooed his head. I can't imagine all them needles banging at that dear man's skull and his temple. I like Mike Tyson. Don't you dare tell me I'm prejudiced.
And they say people.
It definitely reminds me of some kind of program.
I'm over here,
But
don't
what kind
worry.
is it? I mean, is it racial? Is it political? Is it emotional? I mean, you gotta ask yourself, are you crazy?
You know, boss man here is in
Are
it
you
up to
mind
his
controlled?
ears.
Or are you having a supernatural, super sensible experience where God is interacting with everybody? I mean, I know, and neither did door number 2. Jack.
That's that
Breyer.
YouTube I've
So,
put for.
whoever this
No,
guy is,
come on,
I
YouTube.
mean, talk
Come
about
on.
a poster
Stay
child
with me now.
for
Let's
a
go
common
over
man.
the official.
And here,
Let's go over all the official speaks so we bring this into evidence. I've gotten a heads up. They've detected copyright audio and video in the stream, and it may be temporarily blocked. Now, seriously, if I have to turn around and upload it without this material, I surely will, and I'll find a way, but we don't want to play that way. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I have put over 40% in my eurythmy, which is all my intellectual property and all the talk and the entertainment that I have put together under the Fair Use Act of 1974, where I have already full-blown said that I can use these things to help with education, with criticism, with investigative journalism, and with spiritual research. And really, I mean, this isn't the most important part. The real message is what you're trying to block. But you guys already know the gig's up too. I don't get why it has to be this difficult. I mean, I do, It's the eclipse, it's the full moon. Y'all got a lot riding. But the gig was already done up. And all of you did not fulfill your contractual obligations to me, Susanna, Bernadine, maiden name Glasscock, married name Pratt. No, I'm not a trickster. Yes, I am the one that's talked about 40% of your accounts are bogus. Not just yours, come on. Twitter, Facebook, everybody's in trouble over it right now. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, everybody is going to be better off. Your own families are going to be better off with all this bogusness off the table. So, I've entered in my witness. There's a minute and 16 seconds on this YouTube left. And let's see how much was that, because this came up right at the end. All right, so I'm going to get my timestamp. Okay, so I probably pissed McDonald's off, because we all know about that story. And that's at 57:37, and there's 7 minutes and 26 seconds left of my hour and 6 minute long love offering in this war. So, I enter this in this day, July 28th, 2018. It's 5:20 p.m. I'm blowing Dodge. I hope you guys do the right thing. And now that message is off.